Welcome to Friendly Words. My name is G. Brian Benson, and today I'm going to read an essay called My TEDx Experience. As I was making the 30-minute drive to South Pasadena High School, side of my impending TEDx talk, I turned on the radio in search of some musical inspiration that would both pump me up and quell my nerves. I knew this day would come when I decided to share my story on the TEDx stage. But now that it was here, it felt very surreal. Preparing for it had become part of my daily life for 2 months. I carefully chose every word, rehearsed it alone in my apartment, in front of my acting class, while out hiking, and in front of any friend who would listen. Although I had never done anything like this before, I danced in that confident space that I could deliver this speech just as I had been successfully practicing it countless times. I was excited and ready, not just in a I got this kind of way, but also in a I have arrived and no more playing small kind of way. Sure, I had my moments of doubt, but each time they crept in, I gently pushed them away, finding that soulful center that had always created a haven and guided me intuitively forward. For me, that burning desire to follow my hunches and inner voice often turned out to be a beautiful and unexpected experience. So when I turned on my car radio, I was taken aback to hear these exact song lyrics. There's no place to hide, but I don't think I'm scared. Those words cut me to the core. That was going to meet me in 1 hour. I would be on the TEDx stage in front of a live audience with cameras rolling and had no place to hide. But was I scared? The lyrics hit me hard and raw emotion came pouring through me. Instead of fear, I felt validation hitting me square between the eyes saying, you are ready, you are prepared, and you deserve this moment. I recalled all the things I had worked so hard to do prior just to be able to stand on that stage. Community college speech classes, Toastmasters, co-hosting my own radio show, acting and improv work, creating my own workshop, and writing books. It had been a challenging march, fluctuating between courage and doubt to gain enough confidence to share my story in front of others. Although each step strengthened my foundation, that foundation was about to be tested. Would I be rock steady as I let down my shields and insecurities in front of that packed theater? I thought so. My tears were a tangible reaction to the lyrics. My intuitive inner knowing supported the tears. I was ready. I wanted this test. I knew I could welcome the audience sharing in my vulnerability. When we share our truths, pains, and imperfections, we shine light on our true essence. It brings us closer together as a community because that is what I believe we all truly desire in our lives: authenticity and sharing. Offering and receiving authenticity creates joy. When we reveal ourselves, we stand unencumbered in truth. There is no place to hide. Living authentically is freeing. I've never felt more alive than when I walked off that TEDx stage after sharing my journey with potentially the world. I will continue to stand on that stage, albeit a figurative one, as I move forward with more adventure, learning, and sharing. I want you to stand up and shine on your own proverbial stage as well. There is quite a beautiful view to be had when we look out from our heart. And I know I'm not scared. And I don't think you are either. That was quite an experience for me, for sure. I learned a lot about myself, gained some confidence, and it was another step forward, right? I think it's so important to step out of our comfort zones. And there's so many different ways that we can do it. It doesn't have to be a TEDx talk. It can be something, that seems so much smaller, but it's not. Everything's relative. And I had to take a lot of steps to even get to that step. I was terrified of public speaking for a long time. And after my first book came out, I knew that if I wanted to share its message, I needed to overcome my fear of speaking. That's why I did all those things I mentioned in the essay. I kept stepping out of my comfort zone, and it got a little bit easier, and it got a little bit easier, and I was kind of having fun, and it made me feel alive along the way. So, whatever stepping out of your comfort zone means to you, I invite you to do that. I think you'll be glad that you did. And you'll probably want to do it again. I know I did. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I'll share the link to my TEDx if you want to watch it in the show notes. And if you like what's going on here, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe, if you hit the like button, if you share it with your friends. And please let me know what you think about what I just shared, or some of the times that you've stepped out of your comfort zone. I'd love to hear it. All right, we're a community here. All right, you got this. Thanks.